Ladies and gentlemen, I present you number 1 on the top 10 list of pictures that science can't explain. Oh my God! How? When you ask this question regarding Man United, the answer is usually something unsavory, from a United perspective, at least. The season is heading towards familiar territory for Man United. Worst season in Premier League history. How many times have we heard that before? No, guys. Worst season so far. But even in dark times like this, the club continues to show me why I've supported them all these years and likely will, to my own detriment, until my last breath. Lyon at Old Trafford, 17 April 2025. Undoubtedly, the craziest game of the season. A match that featured not one, but 2 incredible comebacks from both sides of the day. So much so that you already know, we have to talk about it. Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a first on this channel. We're having 2 videos uploaded on the same day. Coincidentally, both of them are Manchester United related. So the longer form video, which is on Van Gaal, which might already be out or is going to be out later on after this video, has been in the works for a while. But this video right here, I was not planning on making this at all. In fact, I didn't even watch the match live. I was out on Thursday night with some friends when it happened. Although I was following along, but I was the guy in the corner, except I wasn't being mysterious and interesting, but sad and distant. It really did make me pause to think for a little bit. There is nothing else in my life that can make me go from joy to depression, all the way to euphoria, all within 120 minutes, despite me even needing to watch it happen. Which is also why this video is coming out today rather than the day after the match actually happened, because I had to go and rewatch the video on Friday and I don't get that many chances to make really nice positive videos about Man United, so I am going for it right now. Now, Lyon and Manchester United don't have much of a storied history. The clubs have only faced each other about 6 times, and the last times they did so were in 2004 and 2008, Champions League fixtures that underscored the status of both sides at the time. Now, the fortunes of each club have changed somewhat since then. No more Benzema, no more Ronaldo, no Juninho, no Wayne Rooney. Now Manchester United's problems are too numerous to even list in anything shorter than a feature-length documentary. Lyon haven't had the best time either. They've been going through multi-club ownership hell. However, this season, it hasn't been too bad for them, at a quick glance at the very least, without having watched all their games, which admittedly, I haven't. In the race for the best team in Liga, and that isn't PSG, they're in 3rd place, only 2 points off the top. Initially, when this match was announced, it seemed like a pretty routine tie between 2 big clubs in Europe, not much else, not much more. Until Andre Onana and Nemanja Matic decided to have beef out of seemingly nowhere. Onana claimed United were way better than Lyon in a pre-match interview. Matic said that's rich, coming from the worst goalkeeper in Man United history. Onana then gave a quick jab, disguised as an apology, saying that he meant no disrespect, but that at the very least, he's won a trophy at United, something Matic failed to do in 5 years at the club. Onana basically said, "Look at the rings, let me see yours." Little did Onana know that a flexing contest between 2 United players over the last decade or so, it doesn't really have any winners. Especially when you perform the way Onana did in that first leg. 2-2, with both Lyon goals resulting from his mistakes. I don't know how many points, winning positions, and more have been lost thanks to this guy's tomfoolery. It really is tragic. But there's a good keeper in there, I think. I want to believe it. I need to believe it. And now that we're given some context, we come to the 2nd leg, Old Trafford. So like I said, I was out on the night of the game and just following along as I could, but I did have this weird overconfidence that just said this was going to be an easy match, easy win. The first 10 minutes proved those beliefs, Fernandes, Garnacho, and Ugarte combining to go up. And there is also something to be said about this match. Almost every goal that was scored was of the highest quality, which is something you wouldn't really expect to hear about a game that involved 9 goals. And even outside of the actual goals that were scored, there was a lot of opportunity for everyone. Ryan Cherky was getting past all the defensive lines way too easily at certain points and given easy looks at goal. Bruno almost scored one of the most spectacular goals with this volley attempt. It's crazy how he catches this the way he does. You can see his feet slipping as he goes for the attempt. Dalot's goal was wonderfully composed, contrasted with Garnacho doing all the hard work here and somehow missing. And that right there is Garnacho in his purest form. And then we get to the tail of Manchester United after I don't even know how long. They do really well, they might even pick up a lead, and then they just get comfortable, I guess? I don't even know. When I tell you that this was a game of two halves, I really do mean it. Lyon had 72% possession in the second half. They kept knocking and eventually got through, scoring twice. This team came out in the second half with something to prove. There really was no reason for Man United to go to extra time in this game. You could see the looks on Bruno Fernandes's face, for example, as well as everyone in the crowd. Corentin Tolisso got himself a red card, but somehow Lyon got even stronger. Either that, or United were too deflated by the fact that they lost that 2-goal advantage to notice that they had a numerical superiority. 10-man Lyon scores twice with 10 minutes to go in extra time. Now, I've seen my fair share of bottle jobs for this club over the years, but this one was surely about to have its own Wikipedia page. Similar to the first half when United just kept backing off of Turkey, this time it was Fofana who was growing more and more into the game, particularly in extra time. It was only a matter of time before he either scored or was taken down. And when you have one of the most prolific penalty takers in the world on the opposition side, this is a major problem. And then we get to the moment that I cannot believe I didn't watch live. I'm going to be thinking about this until the end of my days, but at the very least, I can roleplay watching it live every time I see the highlights. Please, just let me have this. 8 minutes left on the clock, and United have a pen. Bruno is never missing those. By this point, Kobbie Mainoo and Harry Maguire have been playing up front as a classic big man, small man striking duo. Some heads might have dropped in the crowd at this level of desperation, but not for long. The roar that was booming around that stadium surely made a few people deaf, at the very least momentarily. 120th minute, Mainoo controls the ball with ease and strokes it far right, and we're right back to 4-4. And this is actually just such a great goal. The perfect touches, the perfect curl and shape. This man has already scored more clutch goals in his career than most ever will over theirs, and he just turned 20, literally 2 days after this game. And you know what? I'm going to give my first piece of critique in a while. The scriptwriters for this game, they were very lazy. They gave the winning blow to the man that's been the most ridiculed man in Manchester United recent history, at the very least. A man that was being made fun of in Ghanaian Parliament, of all places. Harry Maguire. It's unbelievable. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't watch this when it happened. I wouldn't have a voice. 7-6 on aggregate. And no, that is not a penalty score. Now again, this match doesn't absolve United from all the disappointment that's gone on this season. Plus, Amorim has said that they will be focusing on youth in Premier League matches to prioritize the Europa League, which can only go one of two ways. But this game was just such a one of one that you already know that it's something we're all going to be talking about for years to come, even after everyone forgets about the disappointment that this season was. I hope, at least. And there we have it. Like I said, just a short one because we had to. That's all for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you're having a great day. Cheers, and I will catch you in the next one.